Last week, Apple dropped the developer beta of watchOS 10, which means just around the corner is the public release. Probably within the next 2 or 3 weeks, you'll have the option to easily install this on your watch. But before you do, I want to tell you the good things and the bad things that I've seen so far, and the things that could just ruin everything for you. Trust me, you don't want to miss this video. First off, we're going to talk about the good. We're talking about widgets. This is the reason that most of you would probably even consider installing this beta on your watch, because they sound so cool, they look cool. It's just a nice, easy way to access your complications and your apps and all this kind of stuff. They're still a little buggy. If you look on mine right now, I use the medication one, and for whatever reason, it is square. The developer just forgot to click the little clip to bounds option. It's a developer joke, don't worry about it. So there's some bugs there. There's just some animation stuff that's not always working right. But the main problem is that it's limited. You only have access to Apple's apps here. No third parties unless you're part of a test flight program. You can access those, but that's it. You're kind of just out of luck until September. In September, you're going to have the option to have a lot more, but until then, probably not much. A lot of Apple Watch Ultra users were also talking about the Wayfinder face, because you would use the crown to go into dark mode and come out of dark mode for that watch face. So the way Apple has approached that so far is that you can actually set it to automatically happen, which is really cool. I really like this. So if the lighting conditions are just super low, it just automatically goes into it. You have to set it to auto mode, because you can still do on, off, and now auto mode. But the auto mode works really well. I do like it. I just wish the whole interface could adopt it. So maybe eventually in the future, we'll have like a dark and light mode version of the Apple Watch. I know most apps are pretty dark to begin with, but I still think this like red on black all across the whole OS would be really cool. So hopefully we'll see that maybe in watchOS 11. Another thing that I was initially excited about in beta 1 was that on the Ultra, the action button, when you tapped it, the orange screen didn't show up for me. Well, it's back in beta 2, so that's kind of like a non-starter. But in case you've heard that, it's back. It's probably back to stay. Hopefully in the next version of the Ultra, it won't be as a major thing, because that delay that screen causes is kind of annoying. On all watches, you can no longer swipe back and forth between watch faces, which if you change your watch face a lot is really annoying. If you didn't like to change your watch face, and you may have had it happen on accident a lot, I never really did, but I know some people did, you're probably rejoicing. I would love to know. Let me know in the comments. Do you like this feature, or do you wish it was back to how it was? I've come up with a little tip that if you kind of just hold your finger on your watch face just for a second and then swipe, it's like just a little slower swipe. It does work. You just got to kind of tap again to get to the new watch face. It works. It's not as good, because the other way you could just swipe, 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 swipe. Now you just got to tap and hold, because you're just basically accessing the edit mode, but you can do it all in one go. You don't have to lift your finger back up and put it back down if you do it right. It's just going to take a little bit of getting used to, but it does work, and so far it's working pretty well for me. The side button has also been changed, so now it is Control Center. So that used to be a way to access your most recent apps, or you could even set it up as favorite apps. Sadly, the favorites is gone for good, never coming back probably. But if you want to get your most recent, you can double tap the crown, and that gives you that old screen that the side button used to do. So it's not horrible, because it's still accessible, but it's just a little bit of more learning that you'll have to do. But overall, it still works great. I just like the favorites option, so I'm a little bummed that that's gone for good. All right, so we're pretty much all on bad stuff now. And the last one is the most important, so be sure to stick around for it. But before we get to that, battery life. Yes, battery life on any beta is always going to be worse than what it was in a public full release. So public beta, developer beta, battery's always bad. So what I've kind of noticed in beta 1, I would get like a day on the Ultra. I would need to charge it just to make sure that I could kind of just keep going. I probably would get like a day and a half, but I use my watch a lot. Just something to keep in mind if you are thinking about jumping in on this beta program. Battery life's going to be hurting. So if you don't have the Ultra, I mean, the Ultra was built for developer program. It's the one watch that you can definitely always get through a day on, which is absolutely amazing. The biggest thing that you have to know before you install the watch beta is that there is no going back. I've already had so many questions like, how do I revert this? And it happens every year. You really can't. The only way to do it is not, you can't even go into an Apple store. They can't even do it. They have to ship it out to like a headquarters location to revert your watch back to watchOS 9. So if you're questioning it at all, if you don't have a secondary watch, you're going to go multiple days without your watch if you need to go back. Even if you are enjoying watchOS 10, but maybe you don't enjoy iOS 17 and you want to get 16 back, you're still out of luck. You have to keep both. So please, if you have any question at all or any concerns at all about what this beta is going to do, just wait till September. It's super easy. I know it's hard. Like, I'm the worst. I always go in day one. I'm like, I don't care. I'm getting it. And I suffer. Like, it's always a suffer. You just kind of just push through and just wait and wait. It gets better as it goes, but there's usually a rough month of time frame in there that you just have to deal with. So just keep that in mind. There is no easy way to go back. If you do have to send it into Apple, there's a chance that they may even charge you to downgrade your watch. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the comments down below. If you have any questions that you want me to answer in a future video, let me know down below as well. I'll see you all in the next one. God bless.